Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been forever, but here I bring to you guys this beautiful design. If you guys would like to see how I achieve it, continue watching. First, I'm going to go ahead and remove this old set that has probably been around a little over a month. As you can tell, she was missing a nail. But yes, I'm removing it with my coarse carbide drill bit. This is a safety bit that I get from Amazon. Remember, I'll put everything in the description below so you don't have to worry about trying to figure out what I'm using. What I like to do is carefully remove anything that's lifted and just in general be very mindful of not creating so much heat on the nail when removing anything. Don't thin out the nail, don't get close to the natural nail, especially not with the carbide bit. We're trying to protect the natural nail as much as possible. And I do apologize for being gone so long. It's been hectic and crazy, but I'm back and I hope to stay that way. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and push back my cuticles after removing all the gel color. Gently remove this. We'll gently push back her cuticles because if we are too harsh, then it can hurt the client. After doing so, I go ahead and use my sanding fine bit, and at a low speed, I go ahead and remove anything that is like dead skin, go pretty much around the growth area, and then also around the cuticle, kind of just pushing it back a little bit and removing any dead skin on the nail plate. Very carefully at a low speed because I do not want to burn my client, nor leave her with rings of fire. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen that, and this is created by putting so much pressure onto this and drilling the nail so much. And as you can tell, I'm always touching her finger because I want to make sure that I'm not burning her nor making anything that's going to create any ridges or burn lines. You can also do this with your nail file if you feel more comfortable doing so. I like to use an electric file because it is much faster. But again, remember, don't go filing like crazy on her natural nail. I'm going to go ahead and cut my cuticle. Again, if you are not comfortable with this, I suggest you to not do this yet. Practice on yourself first before going on a client, because some people can be very sensitive and they can bleed easily. We're just removing the dead skin and the dead cuticle, no more than that. I'm going to go ahead and grab my manicure brush and clean up the nails with some manicure, which is a dehydrator and cleanser by your nails. And this is also going to be dehydrating the nail. I'm using the pH Bond by Gelish. I absolutely love this. It dehydrates the nails so well that it doesn't really cost me lifting. And I like to do this because a lot of people tend to have oily fingers, nail beds, and this kind of dehydrates it. And also I am applying the Premier Nails primer. I'm using this no lift primer brush because the other one is not good anymore. So just very carefully apply this, and this is the acid-based primer, so gently apply it, to not apply it on her skin because then it can cause irritation. I'm applying it once, and then I'm going to go ahead and wait until I apply the acrylic to do the second coat. When it comes to applying the nails for a fill, the acrylic for the fill, you got to make sure you're balancing the nail, making sure that we fill the bottom part of it, the top and the center of the nail. Apex area is the most important part of the nail, so as you can tell right now, I'm going to go ahead and apply it towards the cuticle area and then build my way down. Not flattening everything down, I'm just making sure that it has a nice body, where it's not thin, it's not flat, it's just perfectly shaped and has the perfect foundation so that the nail won't feel too weak in certain areas. And if you control your acrylic powder with the monomer, you are going to have it and find it much more easier to apply. Another trick can be putting her fingernail a little bit towards the bottom so it can kind of glide down. This is also a self-leveling acrylic. I'm using the Young Nails Clear Speed. I absolutely love this. As you can tell right now, I'm just using one bead. And then if anything, I go ahead and add a couple of more in the center, which is the apex area. So to your preference, obviously, go ahead and do your nail, making sure everything is nice and even. The brush that I use, I believe, is a size 12 if I'm not mistaken. It's not too big nor too small, it's just perfect. And as you guys can see right now, I went ahead and applied the bead on the cuticle area, making sure I'm not touching the cuticle, and if so, I just go ahead and clean it up a little bit, but try to avoid that area because that can cause lifting. If you are not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will be posting more content, and I appreciate all of you guys for your patience. By the way, the nails that I have on right now are press-ons. I have not done acrylics besides my birthday set yet. Ever since COVID started, it's been pure press-ons, and I absolutely love them. If you guys have any video requests, remember to comment down below what you guys would like to see next. And I am super excited to be back, and I thank you guys all so much for your continuous support. Shaping is key, guys. Shaping before filing helps you so much when it comes to filing, just because it avoids a lot of filing. If you notice right now, this index finger was a little crooked. Not because it was crooked or anything, but just because it grew that way. So I try to add acrylic towards the area where it's the opposite area to where it grew, just because it creates an illusion that the nail is straight. So don't think that you're gonna have to take off the whole nail. Make it work, and just find ways to where you can make it look like it's straight, and you will make it, trust me, it's gonna look like nothing ever happened. So I'm going to go ahead and wait till all of them are dry, and I'm going to go ahead and file the sidewalls. I like to do this on all 10 fingers before I file the top. Be very careful not to file the edges. I always take off the sharpness of these files because you can tend to cut your client if you are too aggressive. I'm always careful grabbing my fingers, grabbing her fingers, covering everything up because I do not want to cut them. It is painful and I do not like it. I'm using a 100-180 grit file, and the 100 grit side is what I'm using right now. It's pretty sharp, and it pretty much shapes the nail really good. Look at the nails from every angle, guys, because every angle is different and can create a different look. Shaping is key, but the foundation is actually the actual key to perfect nails. After that, I'm going to go ahead and use my carbide bit, and this is a fine carbide bit that I also got from Amazon. I will put everything in the description below. And then I go ahead and put it in a high speed just so that I won't be working too hard on my hands, because it is a powerful tool. I go around the cuticle area and then I go above it, and then just making sure that everything is even. Remember, guys, it's totally how you see the nail. If you see that it needs to be filed on one side, do it. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's totally up to you, however you want to shape the nail. Of course, client's preference, but you're the one that's creating the nail. Make sure that when filing, you do not go super thin, because the nail has to be a super thickness for strength. After I go ahead and file with my carbide bit, I go ahead and apply my drill bit with a fine sanding band and go ahead and file these. I used to use a file, but now I use electric drill because it's much faster, like I said. Just be very careful and making sure that this nail is pretty much smooth. That's why I go ahead and touch it with my fingers every time, so you guys can see how I'm doing. So right there, I'm going around the cuticle and then the surface. The reason why I switched off to the e-file instead of the file is just much easier for me, and it was doing the same job. And I just got the hang of it and I actually like it. After this process, I go ahead and file the top of the nail to make sure that they are straight. I did not show that, but you guys already know how I do that. I'm going to go ahead and clean it with swipe with the lint-free wipe, and just so that make sure that your clients do not touch their nails after this, because they can get oily, get so much stuff on them that it's not necessary. I'm using the Perfect Black by Madame Glam. This color is so pigmented that it's my favorite black. I will not change it for anything. It is amazing and I absolutely love it because, as you guys can notice, one coat does it all. One coat is amazing. The consistency of it is beautiful and I just love this brand. I'm going to go ahead and do black on my middle finger and my pinky. Be very careful when it comes to dark colors, especially black, because you can get it on the cuticle area and then it's going to create a mess, because it is a pigmented color and it bleeds sometimes. On my ring finger, I'm going to go ahead and use this beautiful Playfully Intimate color. I absolutely love this color. It's gorgeous and everybody loves this color. It's so pretty. I would not trade it for anything. I'm going to go ahead and apply a second coat of black and a second coat of the nude color. One coat of black is actually perfect, but of course I'm going to apply the second one just to cover any imperfections. Now I did cure the black, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply this beautiful color. It's by Kira Sky. It's called CEO. I'm going to be using only half of the nail with this color and just a thin one. I'm going to apply 2 coats of this color to begin my tortoise design. And I'm going to do the same for the thumb. Go ahead and cure those and then apply your second coat of Playfully Intimate and also on the other coat of CEO. So this is the way I'm doing the tortoise design. I'm applying a dark orange, which is Bang Bang by Madame Glam, with a brush. I'm just kind of splattering big circles around here, kind of like just randomly wherever you think looks best. And then I'm going to use a darker brown and apply it on top of that before curing it. Making sure you don't blend the colors together, because then you don't want it to, you want it to kind of make it look like there's a transition of colors without blending them together. You guys can see how the way I'm doing it, I'm kind of gently just applying it on there. And then the second color after that will be the third color, actually, black. Very, very careful with black because it can be very overpowering. You still want to see the dark brown underneath it, so just be careful when it comes to the black one. Just gently and carefully apply it. To your preference and look you're going for. I'm going to go ahead and cure that. And on the other side, I'm going to grab my striping brush and do a French tip, which is only going to be half of it, using white chalk. White chalk is my favorite by D&D when it comes to anything white tip, anything that has to do with the white, because it's so pigmented that it's just absolutely stunning, and you just need one coat and you're good. Look how gorgeous that looks. After that, I'm cleaning it with swipe again, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply a gold striping tape. I cleaned it off because I wanted to stick to the nail. I don't want it to come off, so very carefully apply this, making sure it's straight on the nail. For extra adhesion, what I like to do for this is apply the Stick On Jelly by Daily Charm on top of this, just so that it can be stuck on there. Usually it starts to come off, and that's why I tend to do this process, because I just want it to be perfect on there. It's a very thin gel coat that I applied on there. After that, I cleaned it up because it does have a tacky layer, and then I go ahead and apply top coat and cure it. I'm gonna go ahead. Now I'm going to apply some crystals. This is the last step. I'm applying a size 8 and a size 6 on the black nails. And I'm using this freaking amazing glue by Soleil's Nail Resin. This one is amazing. I absolutely love it. I will put everything in the description below. Now I'm going to go ahead and cure it with Mia's Secret setting spray pretty much. And this is another design on the index finger. Very simple, but yet pretty. Make sure that when you apply crystals that the crystals are not crooked, because they do tend to move, so just be very careful about that. And look how gorgeous this is. I absolutely love this set. It was so simple yet beautiful. If you guys liked it, don't forget to like this video, comment what you'd like to see next, and definitely subscribe for more content. Turn on your post notifications for warnings, for alerts. Bye. I'll see you guys in my next video.